Right. Hey, hey, Aries, welcome back. All right. So, this is going to be a message, and we're going to start out with one of our constellations. And so, you guys got the constellation of Lyra. So, this is actually an ancient stringed instrument in the settlement of Ur in the Middle East, which was like 3000 BC. This stringed instrument was found there, so it's very very ancient. But in Greek and Roman mythology, the lyra is also considered to be the gift from Apollo to Orpheus. And with it, the stringed instrument, he was able to play music that captivated all living things. Now, the other thing of note about this is within this constellation, we have Vega, and Vega is the fifth brightest star in the night sky. And also, interestingly enough, the first to be photographed in 1850. And it also denotes it's been used, its brightness has been used as like the benchmark for magnitude zero as far as brightness is concerned. So, kind of a lot of significant things about this. But I'm what I'm latching onto right now is the fact that the lyra in mythology was used to captivate all living things. I'm gonna use it as a metaphor for somebody who's able to like really captivate people with their their charm, their charisma. Maybe they've got a beautiful voice, maybe they sing beautifully, maybe they're a great musician, but also the idea of a photograph. So we're going to keep all that in mind because that's what stood out to me, and that's how I use anything that is kind of like my inspiration. What do I gain out of any clippet of information? And that's what stood out to me. So I'm guessing maybe somebody photographs really well. Maybe someone is captivated by Aries photographs. Maybe Four of Wands. I somebody thinks that Aries is the person that they envision, standing next to at the altar. This is their Four of Wands person. And she's gorgeous for sure, right? Oh my gosh, I love her earrings so much. I want them. But this is this is pretty important. This is a profound connection that we have here. We've got a Six of Swords. Interesting because there's something here about like I feel like what I want to say is this character would do anything to be with their Aries. They've been fallen in love with Aries, and it could be a little bit of like a fantasy aspect where it's like, oh, I've fallen for them, but they may not really know that much about Aries, but they are kind of like willing to change circumstances, willing to leave certain aspects of their life behind in order to have this Four of Wands with this Aries. But I'm wondering, why are they so captivated by the Aries? Do they really know the Aries, or is this kind of like a fantasy aspect? Got the Two of Coins and we got the Chariot. And not to detract from the magnificence and the beauty and the attractiveness and the allure that Aries authentically has, but I don't like that this Two of Coins has somebody unable to see. And then they still want to come rushing forward. So the Two of Coins is like, well, I'm juggling things, I'm weighing things, I don't know what I should do exactly. Almost like they're weighing the life they have versus the life they imagine they could have with the Aries. And so they kind of want to like rush forward. They can envision that being really fabulous, but and likely it could be a really fabulous life with the Aries, but it kind of looks like this character is ready to jump ship from where they're at in the hopes of having this super attractive Aries that they're crazy about, and they're picturing everything that it's going to be. But again, they're picturing it without any like logical foundation, is what this feels like this is a character more or less fantasizing about someone. They Why can't we see their eyes, right? That's important. Let me see that Two of Coins again. Two of Coins is also, it's kind of, well, it's juggly energy. We've got the Justice again with, we can't see their eyes, and we got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. On one hand, they have a lot of confidence that the Aries is fantastic. On the other hand, They would be willing to say, I'm sure Aries is an amazing person, and therefore I'm willing to go after them. But they're ignoring the fact that if they were to take a leap of faith forward to go chase down the Aries, they themselves might not be doing right by their current situation in life. So I'm wondering, because this says there's something unfair or dishonorable that they're not looking at. Come on, to have two cards where they don't want to see their own actions. They don't want to look in the mirror. They just want to keep focusing on how great their life would be if they were with somebody as amazing as Aries. They'd be willing to basically dip out and split and just go right toward the Aries because they want to have that good life with the Aries. But if we dip out on other responsibilities, and there's a justice card saying, ooh, don't do that because you're going to accrue some bad karma. You got responsibilities. You don't just get to see the Aries and go, I want them. They're my Four of Wands. Nothing else matters. I'm going to just race to them. This suggests that, no, they have some other karma that they need to settle before they can just go racing off and try to get with the Aries. I don't think they're thinking about that though. They just keep seeing, but I'm positive everything would be great with the Aries. I'm sure. Yes, but there's a reason that Justice card is there. Strength. So now we've got Leo energy to match that Libra that we had with the Justice. I gotta say, they may have a big burden. You'll notice how it's Atlas holding the world on his shoulders. They may have a very big burden with whatever situation they're in right now. And it may not be fair, but neither would it be fair for them to just, if Atlas just shrugs that off of his shoulders and, by the way, that was not intended to be a tip of the hat to, was that Ayn Rand who wrote Atlas Shrugs? Sorry, I just realized what I said there. And I was like, wait a second, that's the title of a book. I don't think they can just get away with simply shirking their current responsibilities and swiftly rushing toward Aries. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's take a look. What if they did that? Because that's what their urge is with that Chariot, that Cancerian energy. They just want to go riding toward, and immediately. By the way, the Chariot is associated with Apollo, and we've already mentioned Apollo and Orpheus and the Lyra. So it's funny to have Apollo popping up here. Also, I will mention that it was said that the Oracle of Delphi, she would get her information from Apollo, and then she would, regurgitate whatever messages she got, and then the high priest and priestesses would, decipher her messages, and then that was supposedly the, the soothsaying aspect of whomever came to visit her to ask, like Alexander the Great visited her and tried to get information about, what should I do? Should I invade? Should I do this? Should I do that? So all of that information was supposedly coming from Apollo through the Oracle of Delphi's mouth. So I don't know, just a side note there. Because it kind of feels like this person is insisting that I just know I'm supposed to go toward the Aries, but they're not looking at the full picture. They have to be strong and they have to deal with other responsibilities, says that. But then I said, let's double check. We have the Hermit and we have the Ace of Cups. For some reason, the universe is kind of encouraging this person to think long and hard before you try to rush forward toward an Aries and give them your cup. By the way, now they could be a Virgo. We have Virgo energy here as well with that Hermit. But it says think long and hard. Don't come rushing into the Aries. Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It also says that if they're going to be changing something dramatically in their life, they may need to be single for a period of time before they come in and offer their cup to Aries. Their desire right now is to just race toward an Aries. And the universe here is saying, no, spend some time alone first. If you're going to make a major upheaval, if you're going to let go of some kind of responsibility, if you're going to change things in your life, don't drop one thing like a hot potato and then instantly race toward the Aries. They need to be more contemplative. They need to spend some time alone. They need to Like, really make sure that they've got their head on straight so that it doesn't come across as an act of desperation where it's like, well, I'm just trading up. I found somebody better. Aries is clearly better than what I've been dealing with, so I'm just going to shift gears and go snag them. That's not going to be a good look on this character. They really need to sit single for a while and then deal with their own stuff. If there's some karma, if whatever they need to do, get their money tight, get stuff balanced, and then move toward the Aries with a genuine offer, a genuine, like, Aries, I really mean it. You're my Four of Wands. I'm here to stay. No, I didn't just leap out of one situation and, hop out of one bed, put on my clothes, and come over to your house and say, hey, I'm ready to be in your bed instead. I didn't do that. I'm, you know what, I've ended certain things in my life, moved on, resettled myself. I'm single, my karma's cleared, and I want something serious with you. They really have to take this serious. Otherwise, they will accrue more bad karma, is what this says. Just meaning, and when I say bad karma, I say karma at all. All I see karma as is our actions have reactions. A behavior earns us a reputation. So if this character leaps from one connection that they end to instantly trying to get with the Aries and profess undying love, Aries might be like, excuse me, yesterday you were professing undying love to somebody else, or even if it wasn't that, it was still just they were in some other situation. But today I'm supposed to believe that it's all changed and you're totally ready to be with me. I don't know that I'm going to believe that. That's the way I would look at this. Like, it just does not come across authentic if they were to try to hop too fast. Yeah, Four of Swords and the Lovers. They really need to make sure that they can come in clean to the Aries. No unhealed wounds, no drama, no nothing that they would visit upon the Aries. We've got Gemini energy now. If they really respect the Aries, this says they will make sure that they come in whole. The way all of these messages have come out, it makes it appear that this character has actually been in a pretty unfair situation. And that's why they're like, I just want to, it hasn't been fair. I should be able to get myself out of this and I should be able to go be with the person that I want. And on one hand, yeah, they should be able to. But to handle it with grace so that the Aries doesn't question their motives, if they just come rushing in and try to be very charismatic and get the Aries on board, and then the Aries finds out, wait a second, you literally 25 minutes ago, you left one person's house and relationship in order to come be with me. I don't like this. It just feels like they've got to spend some time alone and heal first. That's the repetitious message in this. If they do that, what might happen? Is Aries going to be down with this? Does Aries, do they want this person in return? Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. They're going to ask all the hard questions. This Aries is not going to just say, oh, yay, you're here. Come on, give me snuggles. They're going to say, what's the full story? Doesn't mean they're not interested, but they're first interested in getting the full story. I want to understand you. I want to understand where you've come from. I want to understand what's been happening. I want to understand the scenario. Give me the full rundown. I'm listening. It feels like this Aries is, they're a queen in the upright, so they may want this, but they're not just going to accept somebody who just pops into their life instantly and says, here I am. I want you. Now I can have you, right? Now, this Aries is like, I would say that they'll raise an eyebrow about all of this. Like, excuse me, wait, what? Tell me the full story. What has happened here? They're ready to make some pretty dramatic change, though. And I got to hand it to them. They know what they want. They know where the good stuff is, but they still have to handle this in a particular manner, we'll say, to make this something that the Aries can feel comfortable with, because they've got a lot of questions for this person. If they come in hot, they come racing in, I think Aries will sleuth it out immediately and be like, whoa, this is too changeable. You're too changeable. You feel like a wild card to me. So, all right, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the Aries reads, please don't forget to give them a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.